Boston Stadium, June 26, 2026. Exactly 1 hour before kickoff. Norway's starting 11 appeared on screens around the world. But one name missing from the lineup sent shockwaves across the globe. Erling Haaland, the team's superstar, who had scored 4 goals in 2 matches. One of the tournament's top scorers. The very reason people had come to Boston. And he wasn't starting. He wasn't even on the pitch to warm up. He had taken his place in the stands like a spectator. 10 changes. Norway's head coach Stale Solbakken had made 10 changes from the side that had beaten Senegal 3-2 just 4 days earlier. Ødegaard on the bench, Nusa on the bench, Sørloth on the bench. This was not a team that had come to win. This was a team that had come to lose safely. For 2 weeks, this match had been billed as the headline event of the group stage. France versus Norway. Kylian Mbappé versus Erling Haaland. On one side, Real Madrid's superstar. On the other, a man who had scored in every match he played for his country. Norway had beaten Senegal 3-2. France had won both of their matches. 2 winning teams were going head-to-head. The only question was who would finish top of the group. Every fan, neutral or otherwise, had their eyes fixed on this game. Scouts had arrived from all corners of the world. A television viewership record was expected to be broken. This was the group's final match, and the question on everyone's lips was, who would advance? Stale Solbakken had done the math. Norway had already secured their place in the last 32. France were also through. The only thing at stake was whether they would finish first or second in Group 1. But finishing first meant a tougher road ahead in the tournament. Finishing second, even in defeat, could offer a softer route all the way to the quarterfinals. More critically, Haaland, a Scandinavian, had played 2 matches in 5 days under the summer heat of North America. Playing a third was no easy ask. Injury or fatigue, or both, were real risks. Coach Solbakken took no chances. He picked up the tactical board and crossed out name after name. In World Cup history, teams that go on to win tournaments rarely exhaust their best players in meaningless group stage matches. In 2014, Germany rotated heavily in their final group game. Spain did the same in 2010. The art of tournament football is not simply winning every match. It is arriving at the knockout stages with your key players rested, ready, and fresh. Haaland had scored 4 goals in 2 matches. Alongside Messi, he was among the tournament's leading scorers. Just as a sculptor's hands are irreplaceable, so too are a footballer's knees and legs, and Haaland's were far too valuable to risk. Even at full strength, they might not have beaten France anyway. But Solbakken had, in a sense, played his defeat card deliberately, as a precaution for the round ahead. Then came moments nobody had anticipated. Mbappé struck the post in the 22nd second. Then another star stepped into the spotlight, Dembélé. The 7th minute, a cutback from the right, and Dembélé. The 22nd minute, the same run, the same corner, but this time from outside the box with his left foot. Good Lord, that second goal overshadowed even the first. 79 seconds later, Norway pulled one back through Ødegaard, a 20-year-old whose mother is French, now experiencing the surreal sensation of scoring against France at a World Cup. And as the clock ticked past 32 minutes, Dembélé was on the score sheet again. A hat-trick, and his team 2 goals clear. The fastest hat-trick in World Cup history, and it suited the Ballon d'Or winning Dembélé perfectly. For 80 minutes, Erling Haaland watched from his seat. He witnessed Dembélé's 3 goals in rapid succession. He watched reserve goalkeeper Egil Selvik concede 4. He watched his second-string teammates pour sweat and effort into a punishing match. Ødegaard's goal was, in short, the only moment that offered a flicker of light in what was otherwise a long, difficult evening. Norway had found chances of their own. In the 51st minute, Jørgen Strand Larsen won a penalty, standing in for Haaland, a man with 6 international goals in 28 appearances. But his spot kick was comfortably saved by Mike Maignan. That missed penalty left both Norway and Haaland deeply frustrated. Before this match, Haaland had been one of the most talked-about names in the tournament. In his first game, he scored twice against Iraq, a close-range header and a composed quick-turn finish. 3 days later, he delivered the same against Senegal. 2 more goals. 2 matches in a row, 4 goals in total. Extraordinary. What kind of footballer was this? At 23, he was Norway's all-time top scorer with 59 international goals. And with potentially 6 matches ahead of him at this World Cup, Erling Haaland was only just getting started. France won 4-1. but the scoreline flattered them. Norway's rotated side, despite the many changes, had given a strong France team some uncomfortable moments. Mike Maignan saved a penalty. In the second half, he also denied Oliver Bob in a one-on-one. And all of that without William Saliba, who sat out with a back complaint. France's defensive structure looked fragile at times. A side with arguably the most lethal attack in the world was occasionally setting off alarm bells at the back. How they would cope against a quick, direct team. That was a question the later stages of the tournament would answer. On Tuesday, July 1st, Norway traveled to Dallas for the round of 16, where they will face Ivory Coast. Haaland returns. Captain Ødegaard returns. Nusa returns. Sørloth returns. The team that beat Senegal 3-2. Solbakken's first-choice 11. The side he truly believes in will be on the pitch. Ivory Coast are no easy draw. They are a magnificent African nation packed with world-class talent. Guessond, Kessié, Diomande, Fofana. Each of them a star at a major European club, a team that transitions quickly and plays at pace. Still, they are not France. The Vikings will take the field with one thing in mind: winning. And so, a question for time to answer. Was Solbakken's strategy against France a gamble or a masterstroke? Or was it simply handing France the group on a silver platter? Time will tell. The round of 32 promises some fierce battles. If Norway beat Ivory Coast next Tuesday in Dallas, if Haaland scores, if Ødegaard controls the midfield, if Solbakken's rested legs carry them past the last 32, then the white flag will be remembered as a stroke of genius. If they lose, it will be remembered as a surrender that threw away their best chance of reaching the quarterfinals. Football doesn't give you the answer until the final whistle blows. And that is precisely why we watch. We are the Cup Files. This was the story of the white flag and the hat-trick no one expected from the man no one was worried about.